What are those things? Those things are
Chains?
sick.
It's like a athlete
Like a
recovery
Croc-
shoe,
like a
but
Crocs type
yeah,
company?
it's like a Croc, but I think it's like more
Oh, jeez.
centered for athletes. I don't know. My wife bought them for me. I was kind of off them for a while because she had a pair, and I was like, those are pretty ugly. But I started wearing
Why
them.
are they for athletes?
I think just the sole in them is like a little more structured to like for support.
Okay. So it's
As
like,
like just a
it's
recovery
Crocs.
shoe?
It's Crocs for athletes.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
pretty
Yeah.
much. People, thank you for joining us. I'm here, Aiden Hoy, two-time Gold Glove winning center fielder for the Colorado Rockies, Brenton Doyle, for Packs with Pros. Brenton, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, happy to be here. I'm excited for today.
How you doing?
Solid.
Nice
Trying to get
one.
healthy again.
Yeah, trying to get healthy. So I was there
Yeah.
when you did it.
Yeah.
Did you know immediately that something was wrong?
I did. I'm sure you go to play games
I
to
go to a lot
where
of games.
you see me run into the wall, make a lot of diving catches, and throw my body on the line. I typically wear those kind of things off. Like I stay in the game, and they don't really faze me. But this one was a little different. It was kind of like an awkward, like almost like sideways Superman dive, and I just got up and I knew something was lingering on my hip, and I was trying to test it out. I stayed in the rest of the inning, but yeah, after just like messing around with it and trying to see if it would kind of go away, it just wasn't. So I knew something was wrong and found out something was wrong.
So what is rehab like for that? Because it's an oblique,
Yeah,
right?
it's an oblique.
So is it just like scratching off scar tissue, or what is that?
Obliques are very tricky because anything you kind of have to brace your core, you're going to fire your oblique
Yeah.
muscle. And so the past 2 weeks has been pretty strictly treatment, some light movement stuff like in the pool, just rotating and seeing, if it bothers me or not. And the past 2 days have been really good days where I'm like actually testing it with like resistance stuff.
Yep.
So just trying to strengthen it again, and we're pretty close. I think I should be able to start dry swinging here in a couple of days.
Nice.
Yeah.
We don't know this, obviously, but I'm assuming every aspect of anything an athlete needs to rehab is in the facility.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have some really good trainers, and the setup in our clubhouse and the training room's really good for recovery and getting what you need to stay on the field and get back on the field.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Well, we are at the Denver Athletic Club, which has some pretty, as I was showing you, some pretty sweet
Cool
things.
stuff.
So
Yeah.
do you guys, I'm assuming cold plunges, saunas,
Mm-hmm.
steam rooms, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, we have a sauna, cold tub, hot tub. We have a float tank, which is good for elevation, just kind of decompressing the body.
Yeah.
And trying to feel good for playing 162 and half of them in elevation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to rip some packs.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We've got Topps Series 1 2026. The reason that we do that is you have never pulled your own card before.
Yeah, fun fact. I've never pulled myself. I haven't pulled too many baseball cards, but the ones I have opened, haven't
None
gotten
of your
myself.
own.
None of my own.
All right, well, we have 3 of these, and then we have a special surprise Pokemon because you like to rip Pokemon with your daughter.
Yes, I do.
And so we have an extra little surprise of that I thought we'd get into.
Sweet.
So I'm assuming I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, which is you ripped things when you were a kid, I'm
Yeah.
assuming, from
Yes.
Pokemon cards to Yu-Gi-Oh cards, baseball cards, all
Yeah.
of it.
Mainly Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. I was huge into those, and probably because my sister was, I was kind of the little brother that was always following in footsteps. Like whatever she was into, I was into. And luckily she was into Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which brought me a lot of fun and joy when I was younger, and kind of got me into the hobby at a young age, and it kind of just revamped that as
like
of
a
late.
hobby.
And I'm really enjoying the hobby again.
Did you ever watch the shows?
I watched Yu-Gi-Oh when I was little, and then when my sister was watching Pokemon, I chimed in here and there. But now my daughter's kind of watching the Pokemon cartoons on Netflix, and it's kind of coming back to life for me.
How much older is your sister than you are?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, how is that? So only an older sister.
Mm-hmm.
I am the youngest of 2 sisters. So when I was a kid, they would treat me like a doll. So like I would get like the nails done, and
Yeah.
they'd put a dress on me and they'd wheel me down. Did you get any of that abuse from your older sister?
I didn't get any of that.
I kind of just doxed myself with that, but like it's
you
okay.
just threw yourself out there.
My sister, other than like doing the Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and that like anime, she was into Naruto, that kind of stuff. She was never really into like princesses or dolls and stuff, so I never got that treatment. I mean, her and I would ride dirt bikes together. Like she was in a lot of guy things.
That's the reason he's a professional athlete and I'm not.
So I never got makeup put on me or anything like that. So shout out to my sister for saving me
For
from that.
saving you from that. So, grew up in Virginia,
Yeah.
raised in Virginia. You still, in the off-season, live in Virginia. You originally committed, if I'm not mistaken, to the Virginia Military Institute.
I was, yes.
What was the advent of you wanting to get into the military and then subsequently deciding I want to somewhat pursue baseball at that time?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up kind of my recruiting process and how I got to Shepherd and stuff like that. So early in my junior year, I committed to Virginia Military Institute. I grew up in a pretty small town. Not too many guys from my high school went on to play college baseball. So the scouting in the area wasn't, always the best. But I've luckily had a couple schools come out and watch me play, and VMI was one of those schools, and they offered me really early on my junior season, and I was really good at baseball at that time, but I don't think my tools were like super developed. And as my junior year went on and my senior year went on, I kind of really developed more with my tools, got bigger, stronger, faster, and I kind of wanted to shift my focus to a school where I could focus mainly on baseball. VMI is a very prestigious school. Then you have the military ROTC stuff you have to go through. So I kind of wanted to shift to a school where I could focus more on baseball than anything else, and wasn't super educated on going the JUCO route or anything like that. And I knew some connections at Shepherd, and went up there for a visit. It was only an hour 20 from my house, and it kind of felt like not necessarily a safe choice, but a choice where I was told like I can go there, I can play my freshman year, and I can be the player I wanted to be. And I think in the long run, that really helped me getting drafted out of there.
So how, when you were originally committed to VMI, how tall were you? Like, was there a big growth spurt that happened that you were just like, oh, maybe I can kind of look at this differently?
Yeah, my height was pretty almost the same, but it was more filling out a little bit more and just developing more at the game of baseball. My stats from my junior year, senior year went through the roof, and I was just wanting to go to a school where I could keep on developing and focus on baseball and not really much else.
So when, Aiden, let's start ripping.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
When in your college career did you sit there and you're like, I may be able to do something with this?
Started my sophomore year. We had a couple of juniors on the team that, got a little interest in some area scouts.
Starting them on the floor.
Yeah, I'm just tossing them on the floor.
Did you just start with the
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. It looked cool, so I was like, why not just
we got 3 of them, so we'll be fine.
Perfect. But yeah, I had some juniors at Shepherd that were getting a little traffic with some area scouts, and of course I would work out with them while the scouts were there, because my coach knew, like, why not get this guy in front of these scouts early?
First one, TJ.
Troy Johnson, there you go, Psycho Troy.
I have a follow-up on
and then it was crazy, the jump from sophomore year to junior year. My junior year, man, there was hardly a practice that went by that there wasn't at least one scout for a major league team at the practice.
Yeah.
And I was honestly meeting in classrooms with scouts more than going to class for my own education. Like, it was crazy the amount.
Was that based off you, or was that just the program of itself?
No, it was based off me. I was I think the second or third player to ever get drafted out of Shepherd.
Okay.
And then there was one guy after me, a year or two after, Jared Carr, who got drafted as well. So I think there's only 4 in existence from Shepherd that ever got drafted. But it was I was meeting with these scouts like every single day, whether it was on the field, in a classroom, just kind of doing Q&As, like if I would fit well in the organization, that kind of just basic kind of interview talk. And, but yeah, it was my junior year was very busy, and I also give a lot of credit to Shepherd University for just allowing me to be the player I wanted to be. They didn't try to manipulate me into being a certain type of player to I don't know produce more wins for the team. I don't know. Some schools are funny that way, but
it's not like going to LSU or something like that where they kind of pigeonhole isn't the right into something. Like, did you always play center field?
My freshman year, I kind of bounced around from left to right. We had a pretty good center fielder there my freshman year.
Pretty good to come from you. That's
yeah. But I mean, he was pretty, solidified in that role in center field there. And but my sophomore year, I switched to center field, and it's funny. When I got drafted, they actually moved me to right field. So I played right field up until probably double A.
Okay.
And then I won a Gold Glove in the minor leagues in right field in Spokane, Washington. But then they moved me to center field, and I kind of found my home there.
I mean, it's a pretty good home. I mean, we've talked about this before, but you are truly my favorite center fielder to watch play baseball.
That.
Like it's something that I really enjoy doing. You even in the interviews that they put on Coors Field, I remember there was, would you rather hit a home run or rob a home run? And I'm pretty sure you were the only one that said rob a home run.
I think I was.
And what is it about you specifically and your defensive prowess? I mean, coming into the league, I think you're the first rookie NL outfielder to win a Gold Glove. Like, what is it about you that makes it? You're playing at Coors Field, not an easy place to do half the games, that allows you to excel so much at that position.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with just the instincts I have for playing the outfield. I've always had some great instincts out there, and I knew going into Coors when I debuted was going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I kind of used that as fuel rather than like being scared of it, because I knew if I could play center field well at Coors, and any other stadium in the league is going to be cake for me. So, I mean, I worked really hard on being as efficient as I can out there, whether it's like first step quickness, route efficiency, that kind of stuff. And I've always played aggressive. Like, I'm not a guy that's ever going to be scared of running into the wall or laying out Superman dives, putting my body on the line. Yeah, unfortunately, this is my first IL stint. So, like, in 3 years, I mean, I've done pretty good for myself.
For doing that, you've been able to,
Correct. So, yeah, I mean, and even though I've gotten hurt this time, it's not going to change
how you do it.
Yeah, it's not going to.
Because I was very fortunate to be in San Diego 2 years ago, where you made one of the most ridiculous plays I've ever seen in center field, where you basically fell over the wall and took it back. Do you have, I don't want to say a more laid back approach because it's different in every, but do you approach different stadiums different ways?
That's a pretty good question. Not necessarily. I get a pretty good feel. So during BP, when our guys are hitting, I'll do at least one round where I'm shagging like game speed. Like I want to get a really good feel for the outfield, run hard in the gaps, run hard, tracking down against the wall, that kind of stuff. And I don't know. I don't really take a crazy different approach unless there's some field attributes that are just way different, like Fenway, like that deep corner in center field, and then the bullpen to the right center gap. Like I might play that a little bit differently just because of the corners of the wall. Like I don't want to, be too aggressive going on a ball over my head, knowing that it could bounce, a crazy direction to maybe be like an inside the Parker or something like that. So
when you're at BP, let's just use Fenway, because Fenway is, we could say Minute Maid Park back in the day, but they fortunately took that away. But when you're at BP in Fenway, are you having balls, not because it's hard to get a ball hit into a specific place. That's just a really difficult thing to do,
100%.
right? Are you having people throw balls off walls and try to figure out angles before the games start?
Yeah, so we'll stick with Fenway. So like the monster, just reading how the ball comes off that wall, and because it's going to happen during the game. At least one of the games, it's going to happen. So just reading like whether I need to shift more to one side or the other, which way the ball is going to bounce off the wall, just getting good feel for that kind of stuff goes a long way.
Yeah, because I mean, I've watched a lot of baseball games in Fenway, and
Yeah.
the Red Sox have been. Oh, Raldis. Speaking of the Red Sox, Jacoby Ellsbury was second to none.
So much fun to watch.
Yeah, so much fun to do that. Like, that was just outrageous to watch him play center field. Do you who was your hero growing up to watch, and did you ever take anything from their game? I don't know if it was a center fielder or not, but like, how did you did you take anything from them, or how was it about?
So, being a Northern Virginia guy, the main two teams that I had access to watch were the Nationals and the Orioles.
Yep.
Growing up, I was an infielder.
Is that
Little patch
Lindor?
card?
Yeah, Lindor.
Nice.
Game used too. It's rare now.
Yeah, they're normally
Solid
just like
pull.
a random thing that gets put in there.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just
that's
put
really
like
cool. City Connect too.
pretty cool.
So growing up, I was an infielder. I didn't move to the outfield probably until after my freshman year of high school when I hit my growth spurt in height-wise, and they put me in the outfield. But so I was a big Ryan Zimmerman fan growing up. Super humble dude. Just went out there, strictly business. But then outfield, I was a huge Adam Jones fan. Watching him in Baltimore, and then the catch in the World Baseball Classic was one of my favorites, and it was in San Diego. And I think me being able to almost replicate that catch, I was a little bit more to the right of where he caught his, but being able to replicate that catch, robbing a home run in San Diego was like chills. Like, it was such a sick moment
so
for
cool.
me.
Yeah. And do you I've talked to a couple of players about this, and they have
good, man.
Hunter. Do you have like a favorite place to play that you kind of walk in and you're like, oh, I can't wait? Take Coors Field off the table for that question.
Yeah.
But like, is there some place that you're just like, boy, I can't wait to go here?
I think there's, the history in some of them, like Fenway. Like being able to go sign the Green Monster and just see how many names are in there, and being one of them. So we get to go.
Did you play your?
23, I got to play in
do it.
Fenway.
Yeah.
So I got to do it when I was a rookie, which was awesome. It's just like when you're playing there, it's like a movie. Like, it's unbelievable. It's just one of those, dream come true moments playing at a field like that. Fenway, like Yankee Stadium, just the atmosphere there is crazy. Wrigley Field, those are some of the top ones. But then I also like playing in Petco in San Diego. I think the energy there is awesome. Like, super loud fans.
He's going there tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, they are. He told me about that. A little senior trip. That's fun. And then there's some fields where, like Cincinnati, where the outfield is just completely opposite the cores, where I'm like, I feel like I can track down any baseball here. I don't even think I need a right fielder or left fielder.
Do you like having bigger outfields so that you can?
I think so. For me, like, I hit my top speed. I have long strides, so it takes me a little bit to hit my top speed. But like, the catches where I'm like full top speed, I have room to run in the gaps. Like, those are my favorite ones. Yeah. Like, I've had a couple in cores. Last year, the double play I had against the Cardinals, deep in right center, and I was able to double a guy off at first base. Like, those are the ones where those ones get my blood rushing. Yeah. Yeah.
Because on Saturday we talked about this, but what do you think you'd go home to home in? Because you had mentioned Bobby Witt did it in like 14 something or 15.
Is that what it was?
Someone mentioned it. It was not. It was fast.
Should we fact check it?
Yeah,
fact check it, please.
Because you know that we have to ask him the same question that we asked Corey about his starting lineup.
I think I saw him do it. Didn't you? With the Bat Boys?
Could you name your debut starting lineup?
Oh, yeah. They did ask me that. You want me to?
I think you could. I don't even know how you did. Did you do good?
I think I just didn't get.
Well, now he's been able to fact check himself. He should know it now.
I think I only didn't get. I think Austin Gomber was pitching.
14.13.
14.13.
Jeez.
That is lightning.
When I get healthy, I'm gonna do it.
you're just,
I might not have the adrenaline of like doing it in a in-game setting, but I would do it.
Have you ever hit an inside the Parker in the majors yet?
No.
Have you ever?
It's got to.
I think I have.
Yeah, you've
Little
had
League,
to.
I definitely have in Little League.
I mean, Little League, that was like the only way to hit a home run.
Yeah.
So speaking of home runs,
yeah,
behind you,
yeah,
we have your I don't want to speak for you, but probably the coolest moment in your baseball career so far.
That's the one from the Pirates game?
Yeah.
Walk-off?
The walk-off grand slam.
That was awesome.
Probably the biggest. Being at the game was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys were down, what?
I want to ask you, like, as a fan after that first inning, like how do those games, like, unwind? Like, it's just.
Yeah, how'd you stay?
Yeah. Because I'm sure after that first inning, there were some fans who were like, all right, I've seen enough. Let's
just
get out of here. And then they probably saw the highlights later on the night and were like, what did we just do? Like,
So,
why did we leave?
To me, it's kind of like I'm just a big baseball fan at the end of the day. I just love baseball.
Yeah.
Like, going to a baseball game is incredibly cathartic. Like, I'm ADHD, so, like, you kind of have to pay attention. Like, and if you don't pay attention, you miss something. Like, example being, it was a scary, scary moment, but when Tyler Freeman got hit in the head the other day, I didn't see it live because I was looking at my phone. And baseball is to me one of the only sports that it's really never over.
Yeah.
Like, you can have a 10-run inning, you can do something. And I keep score at the games. I always like to stay as long as I can.
Yeah.
And when you have nothing else going on, what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
And so for most of the Rockies games, it doesn't matter if you guys are blowing out or, it's a close game or not. I stay to the end.
Yeah.
And I know from being to so many, it gets rowdy.
Yeah, it does.
It gets really rowdy when you guys start coming back and making a push. And so I was there alone, and so I didn't have anyone to really be like, all right, this game's over.
Yeah.
Like, let's get out of here. And, you guys have done it a couple times this season too.
Yeah.
And I just like being there for it because you never know what's going to happen. And I'd hate to be like hockey games. I always stay to the end. Doesn't matter. And I hate if it happens and I'm not there. Yeah. Like, I just hate
bad
it.
Feeling.
Yeah, it's a bad feeling.
Really bad feeling.
And it's like, it's not like you feel guilty about anything, but you're like, I was there.
Yeah.
I was already there. I could have stayed there.
Yeah.
But do you guys, when something like that's happening, right, and, regardless of that game or another game, orders starting to get batted through, right, people are getting on base, do you guys in the dugout kind of feel it? Because, sports is huge momentum. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Momentum is a real thing.
It is.
Like, do you guys kind of sit there and you're like, oh, I want to get in there for this.
Yeah.
Like, I want to try to get, what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. I think something special about us is, like, our clubhouse is really close. Like, we really pull for one another. And, like you were saying, like, you can feel it in the dugout. Like, when your boys are having success, like, you want to get in on it. And that was one of those games where, like, you were like, oh, I can't wait. Like, I want to be a part of this comeback. Like, I can't wait to get up there. And just kind of passing the bat to one another and, unraveled to what it was in the end. And I had the great opportunity to walk it off in the bottom of the ninth. And it was so special. It was my favorite baseball moment of my life.
Yeah.
And it probably will be
for a long time.
Probably for my career, honestly.
Yeah. Because it's not. To me, the thing about that is, while it is an individualistic thing, hitting a grand slam, right? It's different than hitting it in the sixth inning where it may not impact the game that much. But it was individual success combined with team success. Yeah. And that has to be about as good as it gets.
Yes, and it was the first win for my buddy I played with in the minor leagues a long time, Duke and Darnell. He got the win that game.
Oh, yeah.
He did, yeah.
Pretty sure that was his debut, too, that game.
That's crazy.
And it was just like a win, win, win all over the place. Like, couldn't have been a better night. Like, you couldn't have wrote it up any better. Of course, like, you don't want to be down that much.
To start the game.
Maybe keep that one out of the script next time. But just the way it ended was, it was like a movie.
I mean, you mentioned Crazy Troy.
Yeah, Crazy Psycho Troy.
Is he everything that he comes across as? Like, he just seems like the most joyous, just like wackiest dude in the world.
Yeah, he has no off button. Like the guy you see in the videos on social media, the posts, like that's who he is all day. And He's been a big energy boost in the clubhouse, and the Rockies do a really good job of getting guys that bring some energy, really good in the clubhouse, and it definitely transfers on the field.
Yeah, I mean he's just such a. I love his little celebrations that he does, and do you guys? I know there was the unique one against the Dodgers earlier this year from I forget who was
I forget it? Who called him out.
Yeah.
Oh, rushing.
Yeah, Dalton rushing. Do you guys talk about that stuff in the clubhouse about when you guys get on second base what you're gonna do and
yes we do. Yeah.
Is it a I'm assuming there's reasonings behind them. There always has to be. But do you guys try to switch it up, or do you just kind of, if it's working, it's working?
Well, that one we switched it up just because we saw his interview went pretty viral after we beat him, saying like it's fishy how they were swinging the bat and like how confident they were in swinging the bat, and we kind of used that as some fuel. And one of the guys was like, "Hey, since you said it's fishy, let's do like a fishing kind of emote on second base, do the double," and we had some fun with that. But other than that, we've had the pretty consistent double celebration. I don't know if you ever seen. This is where our double celebration comes from. But do you know Nick Coletti or Casey Fry?
Yeah. Do you know them?
You know the Balling with My Bros video?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where it comes from.
Okay.
And in the video, Nick Coletti does like a little dance where he does what we do.
The little shuffle.
In the video, and I don't know how it came about. I think we were just on a road trip one day, and some older like Vine TikTok videos got brought up, and we started looking at some, and that was one of the ones that stuck out, and we were like, yeah, we should use this as like a double celebration. And it's funny, we actually got a cameo from Nick Coletti the other week. It's cool.
But I think that one of the things I love is, you guys always look like you're having so much fun.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the things I really appreciate about your guys' team is, bunch of really good guys.
Mm-hmm.
You guys always seem to have a smile on your face, and you're always having a great, time together.
Yeah.
I like to think about, something that you did last year, which was very unique, is, last game of the season, the Colorado Rockies do their last home game of the season, they do the Ring of Honor thing.
Yeah.
And, you were out there for 30 plus minutes after every other player had left.
Yeah.
What is it about Rockies fans and the importance of you connecting with Rockies fans the way that you do? And like, where does that come from?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the Rockies fans. I mean, we get support every single game.
Yeah.
No matter what. I mean, I know we haven't had the greatest success in the past couple of years, but since I've been up, it's been nothing but, joy to play games in Denver in front of the fans. And I know I have a really good following out in center field as well. And when we were doing that, walk after the last home game of the season, it was just like one of those things where I'm like, everyone started going back inside, but I just saw so many fans out there like still not wanting to leave. And I was like, I want to stay out here. I want to try to interact with as many people as I can and sign as many autographs. Because, I mean, I remember being a fan going to Nationals games growing up, and even if a major leaguer got close to me, I was like, I would talk about it for the whole week. Or if a ball got semi close to me in the stands, I would freak out. So to be able to give that, that kind of memory or something to where I'm signing an autograph or I'm just interacting with somebody, and it was honestly hard for me to go back inside. I wish I could have said hey or signed something for everybody. And, but yeah, a lot of people bring that up, and I'm really glad I did it, and I'm sure I'll do it next time too.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know how you were when, you were a kid.
Yeah.
But, to me, I used to go to Mets games, maybe a couple dozen, maybe 20 games, 24 games a year with my dad. And, I remember I had to be 9 years old or something like that.
Yeah.
And I got an autographed baseball from Jay Payton. Mm-hmm. And, I had never heard of who Jay Payton was at the time.
Yeah.
And he subsequently became my favorite Mets player. Like, I just became obsessed with him.
Yeah.
All I wanted to do was follow what he was doing. And I think that, baseball is very unique in that connection with sports. And, you guys, when you stretch, you can come over, right to the wall, and you can sign for little kids.
Yeah.
And, no other sport really allows that. Like, you don't even have the opportunity to do that. And, that's one of the things that I love so much about baseball is that fan interaction that you can have. And, when with my company, I have, you're very kind in the autographs that you've done for me, that you do for other people. And, when you see little kids out there and, you guys don't always sign, sometimes things happen, it's not always works out. And, I always try to have a couple extra of yours or someone else's that I give away to a kid that has your jersey on it or something, because, that just makes that kid's day.
Oh yeah,
you make make their life.
Yeah.
And I always appreciate how much you do that.
Yeah.
And you interact with them because kindness costs nothing, and that can go so far to someone else.
Yeah.
And is that just kind of based off of how you were as a kid, or is there something that you've kind of taken away that you saw that really makes that important to you?
Like I just mentioned, like just going to some Nationals games
and then doing
stuff, and just like I said, like even there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, I should have grabbed that one.
Maybe we should have given it. Yeah, we should have had it.
Just saw it and gave it to him. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll edit it and have that one in there.
Ballistic. But like even standing against the net or being in my seat and having a ball come my way or a major leaguer, even getting close to signing something for me was awesome. And I think it doesn't cost me anything to make that memory for a kid or for a person. And every single game I try to make a point to, after I stretch and throw, to go at least sign a couple.
Yeah.
Because I think it definitely goes a long way. Here we go. A little first auto of the day.
First auto of the day.
Who is it?
Billy Williams of 50.
Oh, that's cool. Is that on cards?
That's on card. That's actually a pretty sweet one. I love that they throw in the older baseball players.
Yeah, that is cool.
I remember I got a Will Clark last year, and his signature is so clean.
Will Clark.
Do you? I mean, we all did, right? But did you work on your signature? Was that something that you kind of worked on to perfect, or were you kind of like me? And I don't know about you, Aiden, but when I was a kid, I'd sit in class
I signed
and
everything.
I'd sit and perfect it.
You should see my folders, bro.
It's funny. I kind of vividly remember I think I was in 7th grade history class, and one day all of my notes was me just trying to come up with a signature for myself.
Yeah.
I don't think those are the ones that ended up sticking with me. But I'm kind of glad I did the signature where it's kind of simple, especially when you're doing these card signings.
Yeah.
Some nights you're doing 500, 600 signatures a night trying to get these deadlines done for the cards, and if you had a complicated signature, that might be a little tricky. But I like my signature. It's pretty simple. It's kind of just my initials But yeah, I also enjoy. Sometimes I'll get on my TikTok or my Instagram reels, and there'll be these people they'll do signatures for your initials, and some of these are just awesome looking. Geez, I wish I could have seen these back then because my signature probably would be way cooler. But I enjoy my signature, and it's pretty easy to do and replicate, because I'm sure there's probably some guys where they might get in trouble if their signature is too kind of complicated, that it doesn't look the same every single time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever experienced anybody like that.
Jackson Merrill.
Well,
Jackson Merrill actually got. So there's, I think it's Honey Hole Collectibles in San Diego. You should go. It's awesome.
It's out there.
It's out there. And so they work with some of the Padres guys, and I was talking to them, and they ended up.
Okay.
That's it.
We're having some pretty good
solid
ones.
box there.
Apparently Jackson has a very inconsistent signature.
Okay.
It's not like some players essentially have two. It's a quick one and then they do a longer form one.
That's a big card.
But it is
Shohei.
Oh wow.
Bam.
Little numbered Shohei.
Little numbered Shohei.
Pretty solid right there.
And you got to start giving the packs away to other people because you're getting all the luck over there.
Oh, I'm doing okay over here.
And so he did a signing with this collectibles things, and they had to talk to him and be like, if you're doing this, you have to give a consistent signature.
Yeah.
And you mentioned it, and it's funny. I was talking to my buddy actually about this last night, but what is it like? What is the deal like with Topps? Like, do you just get a bunch of stickers and a bunch of cards sent to you at once, and you have to turn those around and get them sent out pretty quickly?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you ever look at some of the cards you have to sign and be like, I want that card?
Oh man, all the time. And
Yeah.
I wish they would give you just some sample ones of each variant, just to have, like, even if they're
That would
like,
make sense.
don't have the numbers or whatever on it, just to kind of keep as like a memory. Like these are the ones I've signed in my career. But of course it's all for the fans and for the people who love the hobby. And it's awesome just where the hobby has gotten to today. And I think it's just going to keep growing with the creativity that Topps and Panini and all these other companies are doing with it, and especially the debut patches. I think the debut patches are probably one of the most unique things and most genius things that they could have done. Just like that memory for the player and for the fan that happens to pull a debut patch. That is a huge deal.
We were talking about it earlier, but you were the first year of them doing the debut patches.
Yeah.
It started in 2023. Did you know about it beforehand, or were they like, here's your jersey, it's got the debut patch thing on it, go do it and we'll figure it out later?
So I knew they put the debut patch on the jersey. They kind of made it a point, and when I debuted in Cleveland, the photographer was taking pictures of the debut patch, all that good stuff. But I had no clue that they put that in a card.
Yeah.
So when I kind of found that out, I was like, oh, that would be an awesome card to get for my collect. Or I didn't even have a collection back then. I don't even know why I'm saying collection. That was
the first one.
Yeah, and my uncle, shout out to my uncle who bought it for me off eBay and sent it to me as a gift. I mean, that's
it's unfortunate that I now have to take that off my list of your cards because you've got it.
Well, next time I'm able to bring it out, I'll bring it so I can show you.
I'd love to see it.
That'd be
I was able to get Jeff Criswell his debut patch card, and to just have it in my possession for a little bit was so cool.
It's awesome.
Like, it's such a cool aspect to it, and I love the new thing. This one's yours.
Oh, perfect.
I love the new thing that Topps has done, which you actually can do, is they have the Holy Grail card now.
Okay.
Which is, if you get your rookie Superfractor auto, your Bowman First auto.
Does it have to be the one-on-one?
It's all the one-on-ones. And then the debut patch, and you have all three, you get like a special card from Topps for
Of yourself?
Of yourself. So, I think only one of them has been redeemed so far. And
so I probably have a pretty good shot.
You have a pretty good shot
at doing it. It's probably the hardest.
Yeah. So the one, I've never seen it for you. I have your of 5 Bowman First auto. I've never seen the 1 of 1.
Okay.
And I'm trying to do it for Jeff. I'm trying to get his 1 of 1 rookie card hasn't surfaced yet. I think it has to be the Topps Chrome rookie. And then
Topps Chrome rookie.
The Bowman First, but it's interesting how your Bowman First year was 2018? 19?
Yeah.
2019. So I don't know, that card has been open for 7 years, or theoretically not.
Yeah.
Right? There are some cards that I'm looking for people that are 25-year-old cards. Jeez. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, that is probably in someone's binder,
needle in a haystack,
in their parents' attic that they'll never find. Yeah. Like Corey's.
Yeah.
That card, I don't know if you'll ever find that card.
There's a couple basketball cards that are out there still.
But I always find it funny when, because Topps will do a post on it and they'll be like, oh, this 1 of 1 card has been sitting in a box for 10 years. Yeah. And you're like, damn, that's it's because some people just sit on open boxes and they don't always open everything, which is kind of annoying to me.
Yeah.
So,
that card looks good with the powder blues.
Which one was that?
Those jerseys are so cool.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Who do you like? I mean, you kind of have to give a PC answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Which City Connect do you like more for the Rockies?
I like the green ones.
I did too.
I know
green ones are
the
cool.
memory of doing it in that one. I love that jersey. Yeah. But when I first saw that ones, I was kind of a little hesitant on it, but they've grown on me a lot. But green's my favorite color, and I think they look really good.
Yeah, no,
not necessarily the green pants with them. I'm glad we shifted to the white pants with them, but I think that jersey was super cool.
Because I forget if they did it this year or maybe I'm just misremembering. I like the jersey a lot more now with the stripe that goes down the side of your pants. Like, I think it just looks a lot better.
Yeah, it flows well.
Yeah.
As well.
And the thing that I like, to be honest, it kind of looks like rainbow sherbet jersey to me. But the all the apparel and stuff that they have with it are awesome.
Yeah, it is nice.
Like the shoes are awesome.
Yeah.
I have a pair of the shoes. I think like some of the hats are really nice.
Yeah.
And I kind of like those. I like the jerseys of the green more, but I like the apparel for that way more. Yeah, like the accessories for it are great. Man, I don't know if I brought a big enough box to bring all these cards out.
Nice.
But so I've been very fortunate enough to actually meet a couple of your members of your family before I ever met you, which is kind of funny. What is it about, having them around that has kind of helped you in baseball? And like, you're a very grounded person.
I am, yeah.
What about, your wife, your daughter, your whole family has kind of kept you, that way from, bursting onto the league, right?
No, I have the best support system ever, and just knowing that I have people in my life that are super close to me that if I didn't play baseball would love me just as equally, I think goes a long way. It helps me even more on the field because it's not like life or death that I'm a good baseball player.
Yeah.
I'm still a good husband, good father, good friend, whatever it is. And
good dog dad.
Good dog dad. Yeah, unfortunately, my big guy had some stomach problems this morning. But just knowing that, and I'm a big family man, so that goes a long way for me. And luckily they travel a lot to come see me play in the season, and my wife and daughter, dedicate a lot of their time to be out here for me. And Major League season it isn't as always perfect as it seems. You're living the dream. You're like you work so hard to be where you're at, but it's a lot of dedication, a lot of travel, a lot of time away from home, weddings, family events, friends events. Like, you miss out a lot of time, and so does your family that kind of have to travel with you, just so all be together. But yeah, shout out to them. They the only reason I'm here.
So you kind of mentioned it a little bit, but is there something that baseball has really helped you in being the family man that you are, that you didn't really think about, oh wow, this is something that like I can, that whether it be, oh, it's not life or death because you have your family there at all times, but like something from baseball that you've kind of taken with you into being, the dad and husband and, son and family member that you are?
Maybe just like always trying to support one another. I think in baseball that's huge, going a long way and supporting your teammates.
Yeah.
And even on your bad days, making sure that like everyone else around you is feeling good and getting good energy off you. I think you can take that easily into any sort of setting, and it's as same as being a father or a husband. I've had plenty of bad games in my life, but it's not going to make me go home and not be present for them. And it's the same with baseball. Even if I'm having a bad game, like I'm not going to try to bring my teammates down with me. I'm going to try to pump them up, because on one of my bad days or one of my good days, I want the same treatment from another teammate of mine.
Yeah. And is there something that you like to do to unwind? Like, you don't take baseball home with you, obviously.
Correct. Yeah.
So like when you get home, I know you mentioned you open Pokemon cards with your daughter.
Yeah, that's the recent thing.
That's the recent thing. But like, is there something that you're like, oh, all right, I'm gonna go home and we're gonna go watch this movie, or we're gonna watch this show, or we're gonna take our dog for a walk and do that? Like, what is it that kind of allows you to just remove yourself from baseball and put yourself into the family?
There's a couple different things. I like going for walks with my family, with my dog. I like movie nights with the wife, just hanging out on the couch, catching up, watching a good movie, going to the park with my daughter. A lot of indoor
that's
trampoline parks.
Indoor
on my
trampoline
schedule.
parks.
Those are fun, and I like playing video games with some of the guys. I always play with Goodman, Hunter Goodman, Goody. Him and I always play Xbox here and there, and those are the kind of things where like I just like to kind of unplug and not even think about baseball. I know some guys, I don't know how they do it, but they'll go home and they'll play MLB The Show.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how you guys do it.
I just got done playing. I don't want to keep doing it. Yeah.
What do you be playing?
Huh?
What do you be playing?
I like Apex Legends. Call of Duty is a good one.
Oh wow,
There
dude,
we
you
go.
have had.
Yeah, a lot of
It's a little
love.
dirty right
lot-
there.
You've gotten everything over there.
That's sick.
That's a sick Jacob Young picture too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they
he's
did
good
with it.
too.
He
Great
is good,
defender.
man. A lot of respect for that.
They
guy.
do. It is always interesting to me some of the pictures that they pick.
Yeah.
Is that like dirt? What is that? Is that just
I
like
think
the
it's pieces
jersey?
of bat.
It's just a piece of
Oh,
the bat.
is it bat?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a piece of the bat.
I didn't even think of that.
Guaranteed.
The Trout Tawny.
Yeah, the
double over
Trout
here?
Tawny.
Yeah.
I mean, really, really tough over there. So, living in Colorado,
Yeah.
what is, something that's very Colorado that you've gotten into that you would not have thought about?
Oh man, hiking.
Yeah.
I think going on trails and even going on walks, like just trying to enjoy the scenery aspect of it, because it's very few places in the world that have the scenery like Colorado does, and I think taking advantage of that is pretty cool.
Yeah. So, you said you were a racquetball player growing up.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was a racquetball player, but I do give a lot of credit to racquetball on my, shiftiness and my side-to-side quickness. My dad and I think it was at least once a week growing up, like middle school years and maybe early high school years, where we'd go up to our local gym and play racquetball, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of good memories.
Were there any other, I'm assuming you were an athlete and you played a bunch of other sports.
Oh, no.
No? Just baseball?
So, I always played, pickup games, whether it's pickup football, basketball. I was always athletic. I was always shooting hoops in my backyard, that kind of stuff. But I never played any organized sport other than baseball.
Really?
That's crazy.
Which, yes. But I also kind of hit a growth spurt, after my freshman year of high school. So, football wasn't really on the table too much for me. Basketball wasn't on the table too much for me. I was always a good athlete, but never wanted to play any other sport to risk, maybe getting injured for baseball season, because that was my one true passion.
Yeah.
Was baseball. And if I got injured playing football or something and was out for baseball season, that would have been really tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, baseball was it.
So where did the passion for baseball come from?
Golly, it was the first sport I ever picked up and played, and I give a lot of credit to my mom and my dad for always signing me up the next year to play, and I think a lot of that had to do with the joy that they saw me while playing it, and and I kind of picked it up and never looked back.
Have you ever been to Cooperstown?
Oh yeah, I played 2 tournaments in Cooperstown.
You did play in the tournament. So I go to Cooperstown every year.
Yeah.
And I freaking love that place.
Yeah, Cooperstown's sweet.
It's such a sweet, sweet place. And, they've added in a batting cage now. And it's the only wooden batting cage in the country, which is
cool.
Pretty cool to me. But it's all that. I don't know when they built it, but did they have the Dream Park when you were there, which is it's basically the circles that they do with baseball, and it's 3 stadiums coming across it, and there's 7 or 8 of them. There's
I don't know.
20 ballparks there.
I know they have, was it the All-Star Village?
Yeah.
And then Dreams Park. I think are
Dream-
2 separate things.
Yeah.
I think I only did the Dreams Park where it was 100 or so teams.
Yeah, it was
each
tons and
tournament.
tons
of teams. And I think something really cool that they did there, and my mom still has them, is you go there and your team provides you with pens for your team. Your team has a creative pen that you go around and trading with the other team.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
think
did that
was
in
a really
Omaha.
cool aspect.
Yeah, Omaha does
Yeah,
that too.
super cool, and that was a big memory for me there, just going around and interacting with other teams and trading pens, and even the umpires have pens. It was super, everyone was involved, and it was creative, and it was a pretty cool memory, and that was probably the first time I ever had to stay in a bunkhouse with my team, anything like that. It was cool. It was some good memories.
Have you? Because they do. modern day collections, right?
Yeah.
So like have they ever reached out to you for something?
I think I have. God, I'm really trying to think. I think I have a bat in Cooperstown. I would have to ask.
Is it that bat?
It might be.
Yeah.
I would have to ask though. I would have to ask our clubhouse manager because I know he's the one that kind of takes inventory of that stuff. But I think I do have something, a piece of my game used something in Cooperstown.
Which has got to be a pretty freaking cool thing.
Yeah, I meet the guy that kind of does that stuff every year in spring training. He comes into the clubhouse and kind of introduces himself to the guys, and so I meet him every year. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I do have something there.
Would you like to go back and see it?
Oh yeah, if I could see something of mine in Cooperstown next to all the other great stuff there, I think it would be a really surreal moment.
I mean, that's, to me, one of the cooler things about Cooperstown is that connection.
Yeah.
From, I think baseball is one of the few sports that, like, it really crosses generations, right? And, you can do something like Tovey did, a couple weeks ago, and he did something that's never happened before in Major League Baseball. And they end up talking about, something that someone did 50, 60, 100 years ago in the game. And I love going there and having, a modern day accomplishment standing next to something that happened, and it's the difference in gear. And one of my favorite things that they have there is they have a hat. They have Nolan Ryan's hat from all 7 of his no-hitters.
Oh wow!
And like you can see all 7 hats.
That's cool.
And I'm a big Cooperstown fan.
Oh yeah.
It's one of my favorite places to go.
How often do you go?
I go twice a year. Yeah. I drive home. My parents live in Western Mass.
Okay.
And so I have a dog too, and I bring her everywhere I go. And so I drive home for 2 weeks a year, and it's 30 minutes off the highway. Yeah. And I remember the first time I drove past, it was like exit for Cooperstown right now, and I was like, oh shit, like you can go right to Cooperstown. And so I now do it. I stop in there, I do like 2 days. They have a golf course. They've got a bunch of, it's on a beautiful lake.
Yeah.
I am a huge baseball nerd, so spending a few hours at the Hall of Fame, and then going through all the shops.
Even the stores around here are just
crazy.
So baseball themed. And I remember when I first went to Cooperstown, because I knew it was in New York, and I was like, oh, like it's gonna be city, it's gonna be like cool city life, and no, it was like pretty country. And I really enjoyed it though. Like you were saying, even the shops around the Hall of Fame museum is like super baseball oriented, and like just like a dream for a baseball fan just to walk around and kill time. Yeah,
I mean, it is. My girlfriend and I are going she's going to fly out and we're going to go.
Cool.
And she was just like, what is there to do in Cooperstown besides the Baseball Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
And I was like, there's actually a lot to do in that town.
Yeah, there is.
I mean, a lot of it's baseball related, right? But, there are beautiful hikes. It's a beautiful lake. The golf course. There's the batting cage that I love to do to relive my 12-year-old days when I could actually still play baseball. And I encourage anyone, if you're a baseball fan, go to Cooperstown.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I was there I wasn't there for the induction, but I was there the week that Todd Helton got inducted in.
Cool.
And it's so cool to see. It was just a ton of Rockies fans. Mm-hmm. Everybody was wearing Rockies jerseys. The place is packed with people, and it's not a big town. Mm-hmm. And having everybody there, and everybody's very like-minded. Everybody kind of likes the same thing.
Yeah.
You can all have conversations with people, and I love that town. It's like one of my favorite places.
I definitely need to make my way back. I haven't been since I think I was 12. So
yeah, I mean, I hadn't been since I was 12 either, and now I go multiple times a year. Yeah, it's a super sweet. Have you ever been?
Our tournament was canceled because of COVID. I was supposed to go.
Jeez.
But
man,
really showing an age.
Yeah.
1 week before we left, it got canceled.
We don't have to talk about the age discrepancy here with that one. So when you you've mentioned earlier, you had a very unconventional route to Major League Baseball. Is there, a piece of advice that you'd give to someone out there right now, Aiden's age, that is trying to carve that path?
Yeah, so I pride myself on coming from a smaller Division II school because I think it's really important that if you're in high school and you're not getting the Division I or big school looks that you see on TV and stuff, that you can still go to a smaller school, play your butt off, and get noticed and continue your dream of wanting to become a major league player. And I'm kind of like living proof of that. Like I said, I think there was only 3 drafted players ever out of Shepherd University. Not the traditional route anyone would take to try to become a Major League Baseball player, but I think it's huge for kids knowing that you don't have to go to a big program to get looked at and to live out your dream.
So I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
Last one. I've stolen this from a different podcast, but I ask everybody that I can. What was your welcome to Major League Baseball moment?
Oh, man, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, of course, you face some nasty pitchers that you've only seen throw on TV. But when I debuted in Cleveland, catching a fly ball, I think my first fly ball I caught was from Jose Ramirez, and just super surreal, like catching a fly ball from that guy. And I think I watched a lot of Mike Trout growing up, and I think when we played the Angels in '23, just catching a fly ball from Mike Trout was like, this is awesome.
I'm here.
And also, I watched a lot of Bryce Harper, and when I first played the Phillies, he was super nice to me on first base, and I kind of let him know I was like, hey, I was a huge Nationals fan growing up, and that's kind of built a relationship between him and I. Like, he's always like the nicest dude to me whenever I get on base, and just moments like that are just like, this is it.
But what's that like? You're now on equal terms. You're Bryce Harper obviously established before when you made the league, but like, what is that like stepping onto the field as a peer with people that you looked up to, future Hall of Famers like Mike Trout, Bryce Harper probably in that category as well. What is that like just to stand eye to eye with those guys?
Yeah, I mean, you can't fanboy.
Yeah.
You can't just get on base and try to be the biggest fan of their life. But sometimes it's hard not to. But at the same time, like, you're there to win a game, and they're on the other side. But it's still cool to like build relationships with guys around the league, and it's awesome. I mean, just the opportunities I get to interact with some of these guys I watched growing up is really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Brenton, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I want to know what got you guys into the hobby of collecting cards.
You want to go first?
Honestly, I did it a lot as a kid, like mostly just Rocky stuff.
Yeah.
With like Arenado, Trevor Story.
Yeah.
All those guys. But when COVID came around, like, it really got me into it, honestly. Like, I was just watching. Because it kind of – you remember when it, like, boomed during COVID? Because everybody was trying to find something to do. You know Whatnot?
Yeah, of course.
So, like, I just started – because I always, like, did stuff with baseball. Big baseball family. But Whatnot, I started selling on there and, like, doing those, like, live things because I was so bored.
Yeah.
And I started, like, gaining, like, a lot of traction on there. And I was like, damn, it's pretty fun. So that's pretty much what got me into it. Me and my dad just started doing stuff. And
it's fun.
Hanging out, kind of.
It's me and my dad.
Something to do.
Like, that's, when I was a kid, getting autographs at Mets games when I was a kid was, as we said earlier, like, that made my day. That made my week. And, when I entered the corporate world and I was an investment banker for 10 years and, I was down in Louisville at the Louisville Slugger Factory, and there was like a Willie Mays and a Hank Aaron baseball for sale.
Yeah.
And I kind of looked at them and I was like, oh, dang. And kind of got them. And I had always collected, like, my Christmas presents were always like some baseball memorabilia. Like I had, who was it? Jerry Grote and Jerry Koosman in 1969 from the Mets. Like I used to love the pictures of when they won the World Series and the catcher catching the pitcher and doing that.
Iconic for sure.
And so my house was, all the stuff on my walls was always around it. And, when I decided that I didn't want to be an investment banker for the rest of my life, I kind of just tried to find something that I was passionate about and that like I had a background in and that I knew I enjoyed. And, I have, my season tickets are literally right where you guys go and sign. And, I was like, I'm a little old, but like, it's cool to have a team ball signed by all of you guys. And I kind of got back into it, and I just enjoy it. Like I like the history aspect of it. My company motto for Sprague Sports is bring history home. And, it's very cool for me to have, like, I'm a big history nerd.
Yeah.
And, I love World War II. I love, like, Ted Williams is my favorite baseball player is a baseball player that I never saw play.
Yeah.
And, I just kind of really like the aspect of connecting my passion with history and cool things. Yeah. And there's not really much else to like. It's great to make money, but like, I try to give back as much as I can, right? I work with, shout out to AJ. I love this kid AJ and his two parents. I've gotten really close with them through what I do, and I got to go to some Avs games with them. I get to go to Rockies games with them. We got to run the bases, which was one of the coolest experiences of my life. Like Coors Field from inside that park is way bigger than standing, right outside of it. And, I just like being able to connect with people that way. Yeah. And, I get to do it in a way that matters, and I get to give back to people. Yeah. And, part of the reason why I kind of chatted with you about, helping you and your wife with the charity that you guys are going to start. Yeah. My mom did a really good job of instilling me with a kid that, what you can do is great, but what you can do for other people is better.
For sure.
And, I've never really looked back. I don't really want to have a corporate job ever again. But yeah, I mean, what got, besides, you've been hurt obviously, and you were mentioning getting some stuff, but like what kind of got you back into collecting?
So I'm going to give you two a lot of love, because I don't think I would have gotten into collecting or receiving any of my cards if it wasn't for you two just persistently telling me like, hey, like I have some cards of yours, or constantly just looking out for me and wanting to help me, grow my personal collection, because I think that is awesome. Like I know my uncle got my debut card, and but all my other collection is pretty, for the most part, from you guys, and it's just super awesome. You guys just going out of your way to look out for me, and the relationship we've made through it is amazing. And with the Pokemon stuff that's kind of started recently, some Toyota Club members, I walked outside the clubhouse and my daughter was looking through a Pokemon binder with their son, and he gifted her some Pokemon cards, and I just think it's crazy how, like, I'm a big believer in, like, things happen for a reason. And they were hanging out with my daughter outside the clubhouse and got her in a Pokemon, and then the relationship I've created with them, and finds out they just opened a card shop in Arvada. Like, it's just things like that, and it's just a beautiful hobby, and it's awesome how it can go a lot more than just opening cards. It can also build relationships.
Yeah, for sure. We didn't pull your card. Well, Aiden did. Aiden did, which was defeating the purpose of this whole thing. Yeah. But like, besides yourself, is there any other players that you like to collect, like either modern or from older times?
I actually chatted with us about Aiden the other week. I kind of want to get into doing a couple other sports. I haven't done any other players in baseball. I actually, last trip in 24 to Yankee Stadium in New York, I did an interview with MLB Network, and they were they kindly gave me like a little shopping spree credit in their MLB shop. So I got a bunch of
Use it on a bunch of packs.
I used it on a bunch of jerseys.
Really?
So I got some jerseys of guys like I really admire and I really looked up to growing up. So I got like Juan Soto, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Bobby Witt, Aaron Judge, and the next time I played them, like I sent the jersey over and they kind of like personalized them, signed them
awesome.
for me.
That's sick.
So I collected some jerseys of some guys that are definitely going to get showcased on the wall.
Yeah.
I'm also a big hockey fan, so I have an Alexander Ovechkin jersey. He's probably one of my favorite athletes of all time, just being a Northern Virginia guy. DC icon, Alexander Ovechkin. I got a Nathan McKinnon jersey signed this year, which is huge. So I'm starting my little hockey showcase.
Yeah. That's sick.
And I was talking to him. I want to get into collecting some cool like Michael Jordan cards, some icons. He got me some Ken Griffey Jr. cards, which the most beautiful swing in MLB history. Such a sick swing.
I tried to emulate it, didn't go well, but.
And then I think some unique other cards are like the downtowns in NFL.
Yeah,
I think those
really
are
cool.
really cool art. I think
Yeah.
I could see myself easily, trying to chase some of those. And I'm a big fantasy football guy in the off season, so like I'm very.
I'm assuming you guys have a team.
Yeah, we do fantasy football in the clubhouse, and me and Goody's team won last year.
I was going to ask, how do you guys do it? Because there's more of you than normal amount of teams allowed.
So not everyone does it.
Yeah.
So I think last year it was either 12 or 14 teams, but I'm in a couple other leagues, so I didn't want to do the huge chunk of change you had to put in to be in this one. So Goody had a team, and I was
Their buy-in is probably higher than our buy-in.
Probably.
So Goody made a team. I'm like, hey, like if I throw you this amount of money, I get to control the flex spot.
Okay.
Just the flex spot.
That's it.
I just want the flex spot.
Okay.
'Cause I didn't want to. Like I said, I'm in a couple other leagues. I'm not looking to spend a whole lot of money on fantasy football. It's kind of hard to explain to my wife, but but I was like, I control the flex spot. So our team ended up winning, and I give a lot of credit to myself because our flex spot did a lot of the grunt work to get us that championship. So we ended up winning that. So I think this year I'm gonna try to control a little bit more in the flex spot, just because we won last year, and the chemistry between me and Goody are good. So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were ripping the other day.
Yeah.
You guys have a punishment?
No punishment. We should probably come up with one this year.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I'd love if it was like everybody else got to pick their walk-up song for a game.
For one game, something like that, or choose what they wear, what cleats they wear, or I don't know, something cool like that. How
do you pick your walk-up song?
Honestly, it's a lot of personal preference. Mine this year, "Zombie" by Bad Wolves, the cover of "Zombie" by Bad Wolves. I let Rose pick it. Last year, she was always trying to get me to change my walk-up song. I liked it. "The Way I Are" by Timbaland.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
good.
I got a lot of good compliments on that one. But she always wanted to pick one for me, so I was like, all right, I'll let you pick mine next year. So that's the one she picked, and I've gotten a lot of good fan compliments, even on deck, of fans like, Doyle, like, you got the best walk-up song. So, credit to my wife on that one. But yeah, a lot of it's personal preference. I know some guys like let their kids pick it, which is cool.
Because I miss Charlie Blackmon's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like I just the way that used to echo throughout the stadium when he did. But I love Troy's. Mamba number 5 is such a it's
wild, right?
such a vibe
It's
because
just so unique.
It's so unique, and I hadn't heard that song in forever, and I finish throughout. I name off all the names as it goes, and it's just so much fun. I love it. But Brenton, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
that was really fun.
That was sweet.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. We're gonna have to do it again because we need to get you to
pull my own card.
Pull your own card. So thank you guys for joining us. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.